Okay, so for this type of question, the idea is that you don't actually find theta, okay? Now, you may be able to find shortcuts because your calculators work so accurately, but we'll go through how you're expected to tackle these questions. When you get into second year trig, you'll need to be familiar with these methods. So I've got two options here. One is to use the identity sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is 1. And the other is to go sort of back to SOHCAHTOA and start thinking about a right angle triangle. Okay, so if I use sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is 1, so sine theta is 5 over 13, so sine squared theta is going to be that squared. So cos squared theta is going to be 1 minus 25 over 169, which is 144 over 169. So cos theta will be the square root of that, not forgetting that it could be positive or negative. So we'll come back to that. If you prefer, you can do it thinking about SOHCAHTOA. So if that's theta, sine is opposite over adjacent, and then if you use Pythagoras and do 13 squared minus 5 squared, you can then get that the other side should be 12, and then cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. But I need to be careful there because they won't give me irrelevant information. So they have said theta is obtuse, and clearly on my diagram, my theta is not obtuse. So if you are going to do it using the triangle, you still need to consider that it could be plus or minus 12 over 13, okay? And they won't give you irrelevant information. So the reason we need to know that theta is obtuse, if I just do a really rough sketch of the cos curve, so there's 180 and there's 90. So if theta is obtuse, that means it's between 90 and 180, so that means it's negative, okay? So cos theta is minus 12 over 13. Okay, so my preferred method is using the identities because you're less likely to forget about the plus minus, but either is fine. And then if this had said theta is acute, so if that had said acute rather than obtuse, we would have been looking between 0 and 90, so cos theta would have been positive 12 over 13.